this segment, segment number 11, we're going to be talking about accountability, the third leg in the three-part process for managing your staff. Accountability is the stick. If rewards are the carrot, accountability is the stick you need to hold in your hand on the other side. To say it another way, rewards make your staff more comfortable doing the things that you've asked them to do. Accountability makes them a little more uncomfortable if they don't do what you've asked them to do. So there are three accountability components that I'm going to talk about in this segment. Number one is regular employee reviews. You need to do regular employee reviews, evaluations of performance, probably at least 2 times a year. Every 6 months you need to be doing a regular employee evaluation. People frequently don't know where their behavior is exceeding expectations, and they don't know necessarily where their behavior and their performance is lacking. You need to tell them. You need to tell them by using an employee evaluation where they're doing a good job and where they need to pick up the pace a little bit. So that's the first employee accountability piece that I want to talk about. The second piece is tracking statistical information. Measure selling statistics that give you a clue about whether or not your employees are doing what you want them to do. The number one thing you need them to do in your store is sell. So, tracking selling statistics is a very important accountability piece in your employee management puzzle. There are 4 key statistical pieces that you should be measuring. You should be measuring total sales by employee. Really simple. How much is each employee in your store putting in the cash register at the end of the day, at the end of the week, at the end of the month? Total sales. Second thing you want to be tracking is sales volume per hour. This statistic is very good at measuring how effective somebody is when they're on the selling floor. Somebody might be selling a lot of total overall sales, but they're working maybe 40 hours a week for you. Maybe somebody else might be working fewer hours, but per hour they're selling more than your full-time employee. So sales volume per hour is another very effective statistical piece of information for you to be tracking. The last 2 are items per sale. How many items is your employee selling with each sale? This is a measure of how well your employee is doing adding on or selling up. And the last one is average sale. The average sale is how much does your employee on average sell to each customer that they are working with. Okay, so those are the 4 key statistical things that you need to be tracking. Total sales, sales volume per hour, items per sale, and average sale. Now what you need to be tracking is, are those numbers going up, improving for each of your employees, or are they going down? And also, how does each one of your employees measure up against each other? You're going to have top sellers and you're going to have bottom sellers. Your job as the manager and owner of your business is to coach the people who aren't doing as well, bring them up to the rest of the group. So tracking statistical information and giving that information to your employees is one way to hold them accountable for the selling standards that you have set. The third way, is to create a secret shopper program. Secret shopper programs can measure the levels of service and customer satisfaction that your employees are giving. Secret shopper program is absolutely critical for an accountability program. Here's why. When you're in the store and you're watching your employees, of course, they're doing a really good job. They know you're watching. The question is, what are your employees doing? How are they treating your customers? What kind of sales skills are they using when you're not there, when you're not watching them? So a secret shopper program is a really, really key accountability tool that you can use in the 3-step process of training, rewarding, and holding your employees accountable for the standards that you've set in your store.